Hi guys, good afternoon. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. Your subscriptions mean the world to me. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check the drop-down menu underneath the video on YouTube. In there, it gives all different ways of how to get in contact with me, all my social medias, how to book a private reading, also things you want to keep in mind as you're watching my videos and how they should best be utilized. So please check that out. Feel free to share out the videos and hit the thumbs up symbol. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. So that's always available to you. And today is the Sunday reading for Sunday, the 18th of April through the 24th, which is Saturday of April. If you're seeing this on a date that doesn't fit those dates, that's okay. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's doesn't work for you or that it's not part of your reading. If you're seeing it at a different time, please feel free to utilize it in however you see fit. Certainly, I believe that these readings are timeless and they're made for when you're seeing them versus, also when they were intended for, but also when you're seeing them, if that makes sense. All right, so let's get into this. Each card is going to represent for the collective energy for like a day or two of the week. And then we will build upon this throughout the week with the further readings for each day. All right, so let's see what we've got going on here. Okay, so for the beginning of the week, we have the Sun, card number 19, which would be a 10, which would be a 1, which is a number 1. The Sun is always an affirmative card. It's full of energy, life-giving energy at that. We should feel like the beginning of the week, we should feel excited, energized, positive, optimistic. All of those would be Sun energies. Creative would even be an opportunity that would come with the Sun, seeing things in a new light or through a new viewpoint, but a much more positive viewpoint or perspective. Some of us may be wanting to create new opportunities for ourselves, or certainly be able to cash in those opportunities or start to really make those things become a reality. There's definitely a celebration, an enjoyment, a positivity to the Sun that cannot be denied, right? Our path may become clearer to us, what we are, which direction we're deciding to head or move towards, that would be more clear to us and much more possible, right? In a very profound and large way. Expect the beginning few days of this week to, like I said, just feel exuberant, excited, optimistic about whatever it is you desire or whatever it is that you want, whatever's in front of you. It should be positive and beneficial. And if you're not seeing it as that way, I would tap into this energy and allow yourself to lift your vibration, lift your spirits, and connect up to that higher sort of positive energy, if that makes sense. Now for the midweek, we have the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles would be earth, and also the Sun is associated with the sign of Leo, which is a very generous, gregarious, luxurious sign, right? And that of fire, which is also action-oriented, desire-oriented. Now, the next midweek card is the Two of Pentacles. I love this because one pentacle is up in this sort of like a planetary thing with a pentagram in there, and then the other one is her purse. She's sort of grounding heaven and earth, our money and our spirit together. With this earth energy, we could be looking at new opportunities, especially with financial opportunities with this Sun card at the beginning of the week. For some of you specifically, the opportunity is there with the Sun, and then the Two of Pentacles is like, how do we harness it? How do we bring it in? How do we make it happen, right? There's a balancing that comes with the Two of Pentacles. There's also a grounding energy where we're bringing sort of things made manifest in our dreams, through our spirit, and grounding it down into the material and making it happen. It could be happening a little bit slowly or meagerly, but don't let that get in your way. Just keep that sort of positivity of the Sun from earlier in the week to kind of push us forward and to keep us on task. The Two of Pentacles would be about maintaining that balance and that focus, even in the midst of maybe a slight challenge or anything where we might need to balance things out, right? It's maintaining that making moves in the moment, but being discerning and grounded about the moves that we make, and sort of like, how do I want to say this? Like, we're showing up to the challenge of making things meet in the midweek, or making things happen in the midweek. Now, the last card for the end of the week is the Hierophant. This is a great card. This is about spiritual sort of understanding or awareness, but through also social norms, higher knowledge, that sort of a thing. It tends to be sometimes the card of marriage. What's interesting to me here is that we have all of these three cards, and each one is sort of connected to the upper realms, right? Him through the stairs, her through her one pentacle here, and then this woman, we see her connected to the sun in that way. So I think the focus this week should be about how do we bring our spirit into our day-to-day world, right? Our soul's purpose, our guidance, our deepest sort of spiritual desires. How do we bring them in and balance them? The Hierophant is Taurus energy, which is also still Earth, which ties into that Two of Pentacles in the midweek. So to me, when I see this, it's like, the Hierophant is very much higher learning institution, social acceptability, all of that. But it's got kind of like a sort of a peacefulness to it, a sort of spiritual awareness to it. When we look at this man, he's happy, he's grounded, he's also very connected and aware of his knowledge of the higher realms, but he's also able to bring that down in a very profound way to make that work for him in his day-to-day world. And I kind of think that might be the theme this week, is how do we channel our higher selves into what it is we do in our day-to-day world, and how do we make that happen? What's the best way for us to do that? So keep that as your focus this week, and watch that sort of grow, even if it gets a little bit I don't want to say struggling in the middle, but the middle is where we're kind of actually doing the physical work to maintain it. But by week's end, we start to see the fruits of our labor, and we can relish them, enjoy them, and understand what we've done and why we've done it. You know, does that make sense? We can see sort of how we're going about things and how that bears fruit, how that works for us. What that teaches us. Some of us might find ourselves as in a teacher or authoritative role by the week's end, showing others how we did or how we've done and achieved whatever goal it is that we've created with this Hierophant energy. So let's look here to the Lightworker Oracle. The fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. We've seen her a lot this month. This is about that truth, the truth of the heart, and shining in our own truth. That's also the Hierophant energy, that spiritual truth. We see it also in the sun. If you see this, like it's almost like she's surrounded by a sun, but this is the truth of her love, the truth of her wisdom, right? And her expressing that through the fifth ray and through her fifth chakra. So speaking your own truth, being connected to that, knowing that, not denying that, not allowing the world to sort of dictate or contradict that would be a key this week. Allowing ourselves in the midweek to balance anything else out that maybe doesn't fit or is challenging us in our awareness and our knowledge of what we know to be right for ourselves. Don't let that get in the way. Stay in that truth, even if it upsets some around you. That's, not any of your concern or your business, so to speak. So the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge, I'm going to just read it really quick. The fifth ray of intellectual knowledge has come to you as a spiritual gift. You are being given the ability to find information you need, understand systems that impact your life, and find clarity in any issue that has seemed unclear or overwhelming. You shall sort the truth from the lies and learn what you need to know. The Archangel Raphael now assists you in integrating the blessings of the fifth ray. That sun energy is going to help us to sort it. The balancing of the Two of Pentacles will help us to sort it, and the spiritual awareness of the Hierophant will show us at the end of the week that we are completely sorted, in charge, and A-OK, and on our way. So let's read the invocation. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. I call upon the grace and assistance of the universe and Archangel Raphael to help me discern truth and find the information and understanding that will enable me to feel peace and experience penetrating insight in my life. the penetrating insight is going to be the Hierophant by week's end, guys. I am thankful for the gifts of intelligence and understanding that help me live my best life in service to love. May knowledge serve the liberation of all beings through unconditional love and divine mercy. Through my own free will, so be it. So this is about us reaching a higher goal, awareness, and not giving that up for anybody else or what they may think, say, or do. Does that make sense? So keeping that as our perspective, this should be a really beautiful week, I think. The midweek might prove a little bit of not a challenge, but we might need to like sort of refine what we're doing or how we're going about doing it or how other people perceive us. But by week's end, we should feel A-okay, in charge, ready to roll, all of that sort of stuff. And it should be a good week. Well, it'll be interesting to see how the cards play out. Stay true to yourself, stay true to your heart, stay true to your spirit, and that will all keep you in line and on course for this. Let's look to the grounding stone. This is a principle we want to ground in throughout the week. And the grounding stone is generosity on Tiger's Eye. Being generous first to ourselves, first and foremost, but we also see that generosity in that sun and also in the Hierophant, even in the fifth ray of spiritual knowledge. Being generous with, what we know to be true and staying true to ourselves would be a form of being generous to ourselves. But we can also be good and kind to others while we go through this process, because as we sort of level up or trust ourselves more, we also liberate others to do the same for themselves. They may not at first understand what's going on with us or why the changes seem, maybe some of them might even be bothered by the changes, but as they watch you change and evolve and trust yourself more, they're going to want what you have. So be generous in your teachings by week's end with that Hierophant energy to show them maybe the way that you did it, how you did it, why you did it. There's for each one of you, it's going to be a little bit different. But there's an opportunity here to be kind not only to yourself, but to everyone around you and to beam that out into the world. And the impact that has should be pretty amazing. It, not only for others, but also very much so for yourself as we watch this growth happen this week. So that is your forecast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, again, hit the like button. The subscribe button, the notification bell if you want to be notified when I go live. Please feel free to contact me if you're interested in a private reading. Those are available. Check out my tarot scopes for the month of April. May's will be coming out soon. And what else? Check out the unboxing videos if you see any decks that you like. Any of the Amazon affiliate links in the unboxing videos help to support the channel because I get a small percentage of the sale if you use one of my links to purchase any of the decks. And that's about it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, especially those of you that tune in, not only over on Patreon, but also those that tune in every morning with me live. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. All right, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.